Right, could we not dive any further into the pool? The warm-up has finished. Thank you. Swimmers, could I ask you to please vacate the pool so that we can get ready to start the afternoon session? Thank you. So, good afternoon and welcome to session 4 of weekend 1, the West District Long Course Championships. We will get started shortly. We're due to start at 12:15. So, welcome to everybody joining us on live stream. Welcome to our swimmers, coaches, team managers, and all of our volunteers, both poolside and behind the scenes, allowing today's session to run. Welcome to our spectators in the venue. Before the afternoon session gets started, I do need to run through the usual health and safety. So if I could have your attention for just a few moments, please. In the event of an emergency, a siren will sound and staff will direct you to the nearest exit. Please ensure you keep all fire exits areas clear and check where your nearest exit is. No glass items or outdoor footwear is to be poolside, and swimmers on leaving poolside should dry off and wear appropriate dry clothing and footwear. By attending the event, either as a participant, volunteer, team staff or spectator, you accept that any photographs, videos taken will not be used for illicit purposes, or that pictures or films produced will not be altered in any way or uploaded onto the web without the consent in writing of the persons photographed or filmed. Remind swimmers that the use of mobile phones or other electronic devices capable of photography are not permitted to be used at any time in the changing rooms, toilets or shower areas. Spectators who wish to take images are requested to focus on their own family member as much as reasonably possible and to avoid including other participants in images, particularly if those images are being shared with family, friends or through social media platforms. So, our technical officials are all on poolside. I'll introduce you to our senior officials this afternoon. Our referees are Ross Stewart and Hazel Hastings, and our starters are Lindsay Hamilton and Lynn Gibson. We will start off the afternoon session with an 800 mixed freestyle. This is event 401. We have 6 heats. There are reserves as well, so if reserves are in the venue, please make your way to marshalling. Marshalling is in the corridor at the back of the diving block 1, at the top end of the diving block end of the pool. Swimmers are asked to be there at least 10 minutes before the start of their own heat so that we can ensure the smooth running of this afternoon's session. So our first event, event 401. This is heat 1 of 6. As I said a moment ago, it is a mix 15 and over 800 metre freestyle. Heat 1, lane 1, Heather Kellock, Dumfries. 2, Lisa McNair, Stirling Swimming. 3, Thea Glenn, City of Glasgow. 4, Blair Wilson, Stirling Swimming. 5, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld. 6, Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow. So all the entry times here, all around 10 minutes, 10:07, 10:20, 10:32 is the slowest. And we'll see what our swimmers can do this Sunday afternoon to improve on those times. So taking an early lead, it is lane 4, Blair Wilson, a 16-year-old from Stirling Swimming, the only male in this heat. And from the girls, if we go in behind Blair, we can see Thea Glenn, 17-year-old from City of Glasgow. So it continues to be lane 4, Blair Wilson, at the 150 mark, with Thea Glenn in behind him in lane 3. And then the Stirling Swimming, Lisa McNair, is in 3rd place at the 150 metres. So as we come up to the 200, we'll try and see if we can get a bit of an estimate for finishing time on the current pace. Blair comes in there and turns 2:24.02. So 250 and above completed there. It is still Blair Wilson, Thea Glenn and Lisa McNair, who are 1, 2 and 3. So estimated finish time after 200 was around the 12:13. So the entry times are 10:07, 10:32. So we're looking for the pace to be picked up here. So the swimmers are all in the process of turning there after 350, and we'll be coming up to the halfway mark. It is still Blair Wilson leading from Thea Glenn and Lisa McNair. Erin Ferris and Rebecca Strachan, Heather Kellock in behind them. But where Blair Wilson will turn at the halfway mark. Time of 4:56.61. So yeah, looking around. So continues to be Blair Wilson with Lisa McNair, just got the advantage now over Thea Glenn. Coming into the turn there. Blair Wilson 6:14.21. I should not be left in charge of it. What's a shot? Right, what we got next? Yeah. Thank you. And Blair Wilson continues to lead this field. Lisa McNair now has had a body length advantage over Thea Glenn. Blair Wilson turning there 7:32.17. Lisa McNair 7:37.38 and 7:39.98 for Thea Glenn. So Lisa is moving away from Thea. She's got 2.5 second advantage there. And Blair turns 8:10.28. He's got a 5.5 second advantage over first female in this race, who is Lisa McNair. And the gap to just under 2 seconds between Lisa and Thea. So it's whether Thea's going to find something to be able to respond to the advantage that Lisa now has over her. And there's the bell for Blair Wilson. He's got 2 lengths to go. 700 metres completed at 8:48.90. After 700 metres. 8:54.58 for Lisa. And she is extending her lead over Thea Glenn, who is in third place. Just under the 4 seconds between those two girls. And we can hear the bells for all the swimmers now. They'll know they've got 2 lengths to go to complete their 800 metre freestyle this afternoon, which opens up the afternoon's programme. Blair has turned and he's heading for home, so is Lisa and Thea. This will be Blair's race, but Thea is really moving through the water now. You can see she's really closing the gap between her and Lisa. We have seen upsets over the weekend, but I think Lisa's going to hold her at bay. It's just not enough water left to catch her, as Blair finishes there in a time of 10:04.47. He'll be pleased with that. It's just about a 6-second PB on his entry time. Lisa McNair, 10:10:09 and 10:13:25 for Thea. So then Lisa will also be happy with that improvement on her time. As Erin Ferris comes in to finish her race this afternoon. It will be Rebecca Strachan coming in next, followed by Heather Kellock, and that will complete Heat 1. And this is Heat 2, Lane 1, Emma Creaney, Cumbernauld, 2, Lucy Hunter, Hamilton Bath, 3, Ella Cunningham, City of Glasgow, 4, Ava Ross, City of Glasgow, 5, it's not Emma Binney, it's Adam Merrick from Cumbernauld, and 6, Perry Scobie from Stirling Swimming. So just the one male in this heat, as we saw in the previous heat. Adam's entry time is 9:44:10, one of our reserves for this event this afternoon. So we've got a couple of girls whose entry time was sub 10 minutes. So we'll see what happens as this race progresses. Pretty much in a line at the moment. Nobody looking to take this on after the first 100. It's really anybody's guess who's going to turn first here. Looks like it might be lane 2. Yeah, lane 6, 109.85. Not sure what just entered that in, that's the 100 time there. So when we come back up we'll get the 200 time and see if it, and you can. So turning first there is still lane 6, Perry Scobie from Stirling Swimming, followed by Eva Gordon from the City of Glasgow. That was your 1 and 2 at the turn there. And they're coming up to have completed 1/4 of this race, 200 metres. They were all in a line the last time they came up. That's beginning to break up a little bit, but it will be lane 6, Perry Scobie, who will turn first, doing so in a time of 2:24.58. City of Glasgow's Ava Ross in second place, and Adam Merrick, Cumbernauld, in third after 200 metres. Considerable. We've still got 600 to go. Well, less than that now as they're making their way down to the turn at the 550 metres. Still looking strong is Perry Scobie, a 17-year-old from Stirling Swimming. I think Adam's probably got himself up into second, but let's watch the Hamilton Bath swimmer, Lucy Hunter. She's coming through. Ava Ross is up there as well, but it is Perry Scobie after 300 metres leading the field by about a body length. Advantage from Adam Merrick. Turning there, 3:39.12. Adam, 3:40.88. and Ava Ross in 3:41.27.
I don't know. I don't get on with this program because I'm quite honest. I've only ever done it once myself successfully.
I'm going home. Perry Scobie, 4:16.29. So Perry's entry time 10:07.80. She's got just about a second and a half advantage over Adam Merrick, and he in turn has just about the same over Ava Ross. Lucy Hunter still swimming well there in lane 2. She's up alongside Ava Ross. Perry's got about just a body and a half length ahead of Adam, and she'll come into the turn there. 400 metres completed, 4:53.77. 4:56.60 for Adam and 4:57.92 for Ava. Lucy is just right behind her, however. So just under halfway to go of this 800 metres for this field of swimmers this afternoon. And Perry Scobie looks really strong out there in lane 6. 7 lengths to go. You'll see the lap cards confirming that to the swimmers. Adam Merrick turns second. Ava Ross and Lucy Hunter, I think just about, there's 1/100th of a second splitting those two girls at that turn there. But Perry looks very confident in the water now, very strong out in front. And Perry turns there, 6:08.66. 500 metres completed. And Lucy Hunter now has herself up into third place ahead of Ava Ross. Coming up alongside Adam Merrick there in lane 5. Watching Perry swimming there, doesn't look like they're going to catch her. It is all going to be about second and third place in behind Perry. She goes into the turn now, 250 metres still to go. Adam, Lucy, Ava, really nothing between those guys. If we look at the time, 6:52.42 for Adam, I beg your pardon, for Lucy, 6:52.44 for Adam. So Lucy is now up into second place, with Ava coming up alongside Adam, looking to get herself firmly into third place. Adam needs to respond to this now from Ava Ross as they turn together there. But it is Perry Scobie, Lucy Hunter, Ava Ross, Adam Merrick. Now your top 4 in this heat this afternoon. And they'll go down to the turn with 150 metres still to swim. When they get back up to this end, they will hear the bell, confirming that they have 2 lengths to go. The last 100. The arms and legs will be beginning to hurt now, but Perry turns first, 8:03.13. Second is Lucy Hunter, Ava Ross, Adam Merrick. So no changing the position there as they went down to went into the turn there, I beg your pardon. So Lucy's coming, trying to get herself up alongside Perry. She is trying to close that gap. She has just over 100 metres to do that. And there we go, the bell. Perry knows 2 lengths. She has got to keep working hard. She's got to keep Lucy at bay. if she's going to lead this field home this afternoon. Ava Ross turns. Adam Merrick. And the gap is really beginning to close there between our top two swimmers, Perry Scobie and Lucy Hunter. What can Lucy do to get the advantage over our leader for the whole of this heat this afternoon? She is really having a go there as both swimmers go into the final turn. Ava Ross now got herself firmly into third place ahead of Adam Merrick. Perry turns. Now just about 2 seconds between Perry and Lucy. Can Lucy close that? Are we going to see another upturn in the finish order this afternoon? Lucy is really motoring down this final length. Perry needs to respond to this. If she can see Lucy there in lane 2. Lucy is coming up right alongside Perry now. We're into the closing stages of this 800 meters. Lucy has the advantage, and Lucy is going to take this in lane 2. What a perfectly timed end to her race this afternoon. 9:56.33 for Lucy, 9:57.53 for Perry, and lane 4, Ava Ross, 10:02.80. And we move on to heat 3. Yeah. Sorry, so this is heat 3, lane 1, Olivia Caldwell, City of Glasgow. 2, Ava Gordon, Stirling Swimming. 3, Kyle Harper, South Ayrshire. 4 is Callum Trainer from Stirling Swimming. 5, Ellie Louise Kennedy, City of Glasgow. And 6, Ewan Green is Kilbride. So 9:53.80 is Callum Trainer's entry time, one of our reserves. So that's good that he also, alongside as did Adam Merrick, get this to swim this afternoon. It was not good to see swimmers drop out, but giving the opportunity to reserves there. So after the first 100, who is going to turn first here? Probably come from lane 3, Kyle Harper. He does, 1:10.21, closely followed by lane 6, 1:10.38 and 1:10.48 for lane 4. So Ewan Green and Callum Trainer. So Kyle Harper, Ewan Green, Callum Trainer. 3 boys in this heat in positions 1, 2 and 3 after the first 100. So leading the girls is lane 1, Olivia Caldwell. I think I'm right in saying. As they go up to the turn at the far end. And lane 4, Callum Trainer has now taken the lead ahead of Kyle Harper. 1:48.05, 1:48.16. And Olivia Caldwell has got herself up into third place now. There is a long way to go, however, as the swimmers come down to the turn after 200 metres. So 1/4 of the race will be completed after this turn. And it's Kyle Harper who has regained the advantage over Callum Trainer, with Olivia Caldwell turning third. 2:25.18, 2:25.88, 2:26.32. So close. 200 metres completed. So in behind our third place Olivia is lane 2, Eva Gordon from Stirling Swimming, with Ewan Green and Ellie Louise Kennedy Just about in line with each other, I think, although it looks like Ellie Louise will have the advantage going into the turn there. So Kyle Harper, lane 3, 3:03.48. Callum Trainer, 3:03.93. And Olivia Caldwell, 3:04.33 at the turn there. And Olivia's looking really strong for the women this afternoon. Motoring up, looking to get herself ahead of the field. She's certainly within touching distance of Kyle and Callum. I think she may turn second at the turn here, ahead of Callum. Kyle first. Still Callum, just 3:42.29, 3/100ths of a second, splitting him and Olivia at that turn. 300 metres completed. And it is still the South Ayrshire swimmer, Kyle Harper. He will turn first, but coming up fast is, as I said a moment ago, Olivia Caldwell. Kyle turns, Olivia turns, Callum turns. 3:14 in those lanes. That's your order of 1, 2 and 3. Lane 5 sits in behind them. Ellie Louise Kennedy, the 16-year-old from City of Glasgow. Remember, the ages are as at the end of this year, so may not be 16 or 17, but swims as such. So Kyle Harper, Olivia Caldwell, Callum Trainer, 1, 2 and 3. Olivia is right on the shoulders of Kyle Harper there at the turn. Look at the time, 4:48. 4:48.90. Callum Trainer in third place. Eva Gordon and Ellie Louise Kennedy trying to get and close the gap between the top 3. Probably too much for Ewan Green to do. He'll be looking to finish this in with a PB this afternoon. So Kyle Harper, Olivia Caldwell, Callum Trainer, no change. Kyle's beginning to move away a little bit from Olivia. It doesn't look to me like she's just as close as Kyle's beginning to move away a little bit. And he will come down to the turn. We'll have a look at the times for these 3 swimmers. Kyle comes into the turn there, 6:13.83. So there's just about a second and a half between him and Olivia, and then a second and a half between Olivia and Callum. Lane 5, Ellie Louise Kennedy in 4th place. She'll certainly be looking to get herself up alongside Callum, get herself into the placings following completion of this heat. But it is the South Ayrshire swimmer, Kyle Harper, 15 years of age, entered on a time of 9:43.20. Pretty much led this field right from the start and continues to do so. Olivia Caldwell turns, Callum Trainer turns, Ellie Louise Kennedy has turned. She's on the toes of Callum Trainer. Can she close that gap anymore? In behind them is Eva Gordon. So Kyle Harper, 600 metres, 7:29.89. 2-second lead over Olivia Caldwell, who in turn has just about 2 seconds from Callum. Ellie Louise has faded away just a little bit, but she still will see Callum in her sights. She's still got time. Officials are just getting ready with the bells for these swimmers as they come up to 700 metres. They'll, as I've said a moment earlier on today, they'll hear the bell for the final 2 lengths, the final 100 metres of their 800 this afternoon, and it is Kyle Harper who's really beginning to move away from the rest of the field. Olivia Caldwell is in second, but let's keep an eye on what Callum Trainer is doing as he's trying to come back and get himself back into second position. But it is Kyle Harper who hears the bell first. He's going to turn there in 8:45.01, looking to improve on a 9:43.20 entry time. Olivia Caldwell, Callum Trainer, Ellie Louise Kennedy. Eva Gordon turns, 2 lengths to go. Don't look like Kyle will be caught now, but who knows? Olivia's certainly giving it a really good go there, and Callum's trying to get back as well, but Kyle looks really strong out there in front. He turns and heads for home, 9:21.67. So he's got to come back in 21 seconds to improve on his entry time. Callum Trainer's really coming back now, trying to get himself up into second place. May just have the advantage over Olivia as they come into the closing stages of their 800 metre this afternoon. Does look like Callum has gained the advantage. So as Kyle Harper comes in to finish in first place, 9:56.86. It's Callum Trainer in second, 10:00.26, with Olivia Caldwell in third place, 10:01.09. Sorry folks, that just had to change batteries there. So this is heat 4. So lane 1, Dean Bargatti, Hamilton Bath. 2, Aaron Russell, Bells Hill Sharks. 3, Tyler Stewart, East Kilbride. 4, Fraser Donaldson, Milngavie and Bears Den. 5, Luke Garrity, Inverclyde. 6, Kyle Mossman, City of Glasgow. So the leaders, whoops, sorry, I'll move away from the speaker. So the leaders coming from the centre of the pool at the moment. And that is lane 3, Tyler Stewart, East Kilbride swimmer. Turning there after 150, 141.38 for him. Lane 1 in behind him, the Hamilton Bath swimmer, Dean Bargatti. And lane 5, Luke Garrity from Inverclyde in third place. As the boys come up to the turn at the 200 metre mark. Luke Garrity, I think, just has the advantage, and he will turn second in behind Tyler Stewart. Oh, don't know. Do you know that? Yeah, Luke just got that. Dean Bagatti in third at that turn after 200 metres. 2:17.14, 2:19.51 and 2:19.96 for the swimmers 1, 2 and 3 at the turn there. So at the moment we're looking at finish time for this 800 for these swimmers, 9:20.14. If they can keep this pace going. So first heat where we've just had male swimmers. So coming up to 300 metres, Tyler Stewart continues to lead the field. Tyler entered on a time of 9:28.60. So if the pacing we're getting at the moment continues, he will improve on his entry time. So it will be Tyler Stewart turning first. In the battle for second place, Luke Garrity and Dean Bagatti. That was Dean Bagatti that time. So a slight shift in second and third places, but by 3/100ths of a second. So 500 metres to go. A lot can happen. They will have Tyler in their sights. So 3 of the boys will be looking to get themselves in the top placings in the 17 and over age group. And we've got 2 15-year-olds and a 16. So as I'm sure you're all aware, we have first, second, third for 15-year-olds, then 16-year-olds, and then our 17 and over in the male and female categories. But it is Tyler Stewart. He'll turn first at the halfway mark, doing so in a time of 4:43.45. Still Dean Bagatti in second place, but just under a second splitting him and Luke Garrity. Luke swimming over there in lane 5. In behind those 3 boys, lanes 4, Fraser Donaldson is in 4th place. Bales Hill Sharks, Aaron Russell in 5th, with Kyle Mossman over there in lane 6. But we have a distance to go, so everything could change. But Tyler is looking very comfortable out there in the lead. Turns first there, 350 metres to go. Dean Bagatti still leading Luke Garrity for second and third place. So we're a little bit slower in that last 100, just around 63 seconds. And it's Tyler Stewart, 5:57.60. Dean Bagatti, 6:00.90. Looking to increase the gap between him and Luke Garrity. It's just around the second and a half now, after the halfway mark in this 800 metres. .250 metres to go, and Tyler Stewart leads from Dean Bagatti, Luke Garrity, Aaron Russell, Kyle Mossman and Fraser Donaldson. Tyler's had this lead almost from the start of this race. Fastest entry time, so we would expect to see him at the front of the field, but he does have a Good lead there from Dean Bargatti, who will turn second. So 3 seconds, just under 3 seconds. And we're looking at a finish time of 9:40 at the moment for Tyler Stewart. So he will need to pick up the pace if he wants to come in under his entry time this afternoon. Dean Bargatti spurring really strongly there in lane 1, as is Luke Garrity, trying to get himself back in and alongside at least Dean to get himself up into second place. Tyler Stewart, 150 metres to go. When he comes down to the turn, he will hear the bell and know that he has 2 lengths to go. Dean Bargatti turning second, Luke Garrity third, Aaron Russell in 4th, Kyle Mossman 5th. Field is pretty well spread out, but Dean is really having a go at Tyler Stewart now, motoring down this length as the both boys will come into the turn and hear the bell. So Tyler needs to be aware of this challenge and pick up the pace, keep it going. Dean Bargatti second, turns. There's under a second's difference between those two boys as they go into the final 100 metres. Luke Garrity in third place, 8:32.45 at the turn. So Dean is really closing that gap between himself and Tyler Stewart. Tyler needs to be able to respond to this. See what happens at the turn. Really close there. Both boys turning almost simultaneously. 9:02.81, 9:02.91, 3/100ths of a second, splitting the two boys at that final turn. It looks like Dean may well have the advantage here as we come into just about half a length to go. Tyler's legs and arms will be aching. He needs to respond to this, but I don't think he's going to be able to, as Dean looks really strong coming into the closing metres, and it will be Hamilton Bath's Dean Bargatti that takes this 800 metre this afternoon in a time of 9:35.70, the time of 9:37.89 to Tyler Stewart, with Inverclyde's Luke Garrity taking third place in a time of 9:45.20. And this is Heat 5, the penultimate heat of event 401, the first event of this afternoon's session. And in lane 1, Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow. 2, Susie McNair, Sterling Swimming. 3, Gregor Ross, City of Glasgow. 4, Archie MacArthur, Inverclyde. 5, Kyle Connolly, City of Glasgow. And 6, Finlay Watson, East Kilbride. So the whole range of ages here. So they'll all be looking to get themselves into first, second, third placings within their own age groups. Fastest entry time here is 9:15.12 with Gregor Ross from City of Glasgow in lane 3. But it was lane 4 at the turn there. Archie MacArthur, the Inverclyde swimmer, turning first ahead of Gregor Ross. And we've got a little bit of an arrowhead forming here with the two lanes 3 and 4. I think Archie MacArthur may just... No, Gregor Ross is coming up. He's going to turn first now, ahead of Archie MacArthur. 105.24, Archie MacArthur 105.59. It was lane 6, the East Kilbride swimmer Finlay Watson, 106.33 in third place after the first 100 metres. So this heat sees 4 boys in lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6. And let's have a look and see what the girls are doing. So Caris Mooney and Susie McNair, lanes 1 and 2. Sorry, switch that. Yeah, Caris Mooney, Susie McNair, lanes 1 and 2. So they're pretty much swimming in line together at the moment as they're going into the turn after the first 150 metres. But it's Gregor Ross turning first there ahead of Archie MacArthur. And then lane 6, Finlay Watson. Your top 3 after 150, and they're coming down to turn 200 metres now. 2 girls pretty much matching each other there, just that they'll be racing to get themselves gold, silver or bronze in the 17 and over female category this afternoon. Gregor Ross leading the field. Archie MacArthur in behind him in lane 4. 2 boys in 5 and 6, just about matching Kyle Connolly and Finlay Watson, City of Glasgow and East Kilbride respectively. So we've possibly got 3 little battles going on here. First and second place, the 2 boys in 5 and 6 for third place, and then the 2 girls. But it is Gregor Ross, continues to lead ahead of Archie MacArthur. As we come down to the 300 metre mark. So Gregor's entry time was 9:15:12. We'll have a look and see what we can predict he's going to finish at. 9:04 after the first 200 metres. But he would need to keep that first 200 metre pace going to achieve that. So he's got just under 3-second lead from Archie MacArthur at the moment, with lanes 5 and 6 just about together there, 9/100ths of a second, and then the 2 girls split by okay. So the field are all turning and coming down to the halfway mark for the 800 metres. Still Gregor Ross leading from Archie MacArthur. Then Kyle Connolly, Finlay Watson over in lanes 5 and 6. Looks like Kyle's got the advantage now over Finlay. It's whether Finlay can respond to this. And there's a bit of a break, split in the 2 girls. Susie McNair pushes ahead and opens up the distance between herself and Caris Mooney. So 400 metres completed for this field this afternoon. And Gregor Ross is showing his dominance in this distance as he extends his lead from Archie MacArthur. 16-year-old against a 15-year-old here. It's 350 metres to go for Gregor Ross, turning there in a time of 5:08:55. Archie MacArthur, and then Susie McNair has got herself up into third place, 5:19:92. This is what Susie tends to do, keeps herself in touch, and then as we enter the second half of the race, start to see her move through the field. Known for her freestyle as well as other strokes, she is well ahead of the boys on the far side of the pool now. But Gregor Ross has turned 5:43 there for him at the turn. 7 seconds ahead of Archie MacArthur, who in turn has a 5-second lead over Susie McNair. So we're coming into 250 metres to go as Gregor turns there. Looking at a finish time of around 9:11, so the pace has slowed. It's around at about 70 and a half there in the last 100. have a look at the times as they come up to the turn here after 500 metres. I beg your pardon, 600 metres, I do apologise. Not looking for any more lengths than they actually have to. So Gregor Ross, 6:53.29. 7.5 seconds, 9 seconds of a difference between him and Archie MacArthur. And still that 5-second gap between Archie and Susie. So can Susie close that and get herself up into second place for this heat this afternoon? The penultimate heat of event 401. So Gregor Ross, 3 lengths to go. He'll hill the bell once he gets to the bottom here and the turn. Still Archie MacArthur. It's 4 seconds between him and Susie now, so she is beginning to close that gap. And it will be what she can do in the last 150 metres. Gregor Ross, here's the bell. There's going to be no catching him now. It's all over bar the shouting for him as he turns now and goes into the final 2 lengths. And we're looking at a finish time of around 9:12.73 for Gregor. So let's see, he'll need to pick up the pace if he's going to come in under that. And Susie McNair, 3 seconds of a gap now between her and Archie MacArthur. Slowly but surely she is closing that gap. And continues to do so as they go up to the final turn. Gregor Ross has turned and he is heading for home. Let's see what his final time is. As I said, his entry time was 9:15.12. We're looking at 9:12.73 according to the computer. So can he improve on that? The time is counting down, 8:58. He's coming into the closing stages now of his 800-metre race this afternoon. And in behind him, there looks like there's a battle developing between Archie MacArthur and Susie McNair. As Gregor finishes there in a time of 9:10.01. He'll be pleased with that. A significant improvement on his entry time. Archie's going to hold off Susie, I think. She's simply going to run out of water to be able to catch him. As Archie MacArthur finishes there in a time of 9:24.32. And 9:25.56 for Susie McNair. So as Finlay Watson comes in and Karis Mooney, that completes heat 5 and we move on to the final heat of event 401. So, as I just said a moment ago, this is the final heat of event 401. Heat 6, lane 1, Georgia Dickey, Dumfries. 2, Gregor Skinner, Bowness. 3, Jack Munsey, University of Stirling. 4, Jamie Gilchrist, East Kilbride. 5, Alexander Bell, City of Glasgow. And 6, Evie Mackey, Lanark. So let's have a look at Jack Munsey, the University of Stirling swimmer. Entry time here, 8:18.64. We can expect to see him leading this field, as indeed he is, coming into the turn at 100 metres. Very possibly going to be all about what happens in behind him for second and third places. And that second place is lane 5, Alexander Bell. And Evie Mackey, the 15-year-old from Lanark, in third place after the first 100 metres. So both girls on the outside lanes 1 and 6 in this heat. And it's Jack Munsey who will turn first. Second place, lane 6 there at the turn, and lane 5. So Evie Mackey up in second, Alexander Bell in third. Youngest swimmer here is in this event is Evie Mackey from Lanark. Her entry time 9:11.80. So got herself well placed at the moment. Early stages, 200 metres completed with Jack Munsey looking at a finish time at the moment of 8:40.84. So we're going to have to see the pace pick up if it's going to come in under his entry time, and we do as the race progresses, as we do with most swimmers. So it's Alexander Bell who's now ahead of Evie Mackey. Alexander into second place. Yeah, Alexander Bell, 2:50.37, 2:51.25 for Evie Mackey. Then it's lane 4, Jamie Gilchrist, Gregor Skinner and Georgia Dickey. But there is a significant gap, as we would expect, between Jack Munsey, our leader, and the swimmers in behind him. Alexander Bell will come in second at the turn now, 300 metres completed, and Evie Mackey in behind him. So pace is picking up, 8:38.56 for Jack is the estimated finish time. But he is having to pace this race all by himself out there in front. He's about to go into the turn. He's got half a length of an advantage over the rest of the field. And he's got 450 metres to go. Well experienced in racing is Jack Munsey. He'll know exactly what he's got to do to get himself up and alongside his entry time, if not beat it this afternoon. So again, we're going to look back to what's happening behind him. Alexander Bell, Evie Mackey, second and third. So Evie Mackey leading the girls at the moment. Georgia Dickey nearer to me in lane 6. Gregor Skinner and Jamie Gilchrist. Sorry, the other way around. Jamie Gilchrist will lead in Gregor Skinner into the turn here. So halfway through, Jack turns, 350 metres to go. I'll keep an eye on whether his pace is picking up. Certainly has been, sitting at around 64, 65 at the moment. As he comes into the turn after 500 metres. Alexander Bell in second, Evie Mackey in third. Jack turns, 5:21.85 for him. And we are certainly knocking off the time so improving the pace. And we're looking at 8:35.05 for Jack. As Alexander Bell comes into turn, and he'll do so 5:48.33. It's Evie Mackey still in third place, 5:51.04. Jamie Gilchrist in fourth. And Gregor Skinner in fifth. And here comes Jack. Let's watch Jack at the turn. An idea of his time now. 6:26.41. Looks like he's just picking up the pace a little bit as he moves through the water there. Alexander Bell has water between him and Evie Mackey. Evie, the youngest swimmer in this heat, continuing to hold her own there in third place in lane 6. Alexander turning 6:59.50 there. So it's got just about a 3-second lead over Evie Mackey. And there's a 2-second lead between third and fourth place. Here comes Jack. He's going to be the first of this field to hear the bell as he comes up to complete 700 meters. There we are. 2 lengths to go. Let's have a look at this. 7:30.67 for Jack there. 2 lengths, length and a half to go now as he motors down the pool there, heading for the final turn for him this afternoon. Now we'll look and see what's happening behind him. Alexander Bell still firmly into second place. Evie Mackey is in third, but she'll need to keep an eye on what's happening behind her. As we can see, Bo'ness's Gregor Skinner coming through. Get Jamie Gilchrist of East Kilbride. These 2 boys starting to make a move now. Hearing the bell, they'll be wanting to get themselves up into third place. I don't think they'll catch Alexander, and they certainly won't catch Jack, because Jack comes into the closing stages of his race this afternoon. He'll keep an eye on the clock. He'll be slower than his entry time, but I'm sure he'll be pleased with his swim this afternoon, 8:31.92. I don't know, well, it's difficult when you're out there on your own. So he takes first place as we watch Alexander Bell turn and head for home. It is still Evie Mackey. She's a 3-second advantage over Gregor Skinner from Bo'ness. So she needs to keep that pace going. If not, pick it up as she heads for home. But it will be Alexander Bell from City of Glasgow, the 19-year-old, who will finish in second place. And Evie Mackey will keep the third place as she motors in to finish ahead of Gregor Skinner in a time of 9:22.77. As Gregor Skinner and Jamie Gilchrist finished, and Georgia Dickey to complete event 401, the 800 metres. So this is event 402, 15 and over 200 metre backstroke. We have 8 heats, and this is heat 1. Lane 1, Malcolm Ormrod from Lanark. 2, Finlay Hiddleston from Dumfries. 3, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bath. 4, Aaron Hunter, Cumbernauld. 5, Josh Ruddy, Stirling Swimming. And 6, Isaac Muhlmans, City of Glasgow. Taking an early lead, lane 3. Ewan Watson, 16-year-old from Renfrew Bath, 34.08, 36.81 for Malcolm Ormrod, and 37.72 for Aaron Hunter. After the first turn, it's your 1, 2 and 3. The Renfrew Bath swimmer Ewan Watson has quite a substantial lead after the first 50 metres. If we can keep that going, we're not going to catch him, and it will all be about second and third place. Malcolm Ormrod in lane 1. He'll turn second in behind Ewan Watson. Ewan's time there at the turn, 1:13.79, just under 3-second lead. And thereafter 2 second splits, second and third place. So Ewan will need to keep an eye on what Malcolm is doing. Certainly trying to get himself up alongside Ewan as the boys go into the final turn. But it's Ewan who turns first. 1:55.12, 1:57.10 for Malcolm. And then Aaron Hunter is in third place, 2:00.08. So it continues to be Ewan Watson, Malcolm Ormrod. Third place is being fought there in lanes 4 and 5. Aaron Hunter, Josh Ruddy. Josh looks like he might just have the advantage now for third place, as Ewan Watson finishes in a time of 2:33.74, Malcolm Ormrod 2:36.73, and it was lane 5, Josh Ruddy, who took that in a time of 2:38.58 in third place. And this is Heat 2, Lane 1, Ali Hattab, Dumfries. 2, Jean Binney, Inverclyde. 3, Hamish Maxwell, South Ayrshire. 4, Ewan Nielsen, Cumbernauld. 5, Lucas Craw from Rutherglen. And his teammate Callum Ferguson swims in Lane 6. So I think it's possibly Lane 6 that's going to turn first there. And indeed it is, 34.49 for Callum Ferguson. Ewan Nielsen in second and Dean Binney in third after the first 50 metres. Range of entry times 2:32 to 2:34 here for the 6 boys, but it is still Callum Ferguson, the 16-year-old from Rutherglen, who leads the field in to the turn at the halfway mark. Second place, challenging to see, but it might well be lane 4, Ewan Nielsen. Although coming through strongly is Dean Binney. So it was Ewan Nielsen just ahead of Dean Binney at the turn there, as Callum Ferguson continues to lead the field. Callum's entry time 2:34.60. So he'll certainly be looking to improve that. As lane 2, Dean Binney is moving through the water well. So it'll be Callum Ferguson at the final turn there, leading the field. Dean Binney will turn second. Oh no, just pipped there by 5/100ths of a second. It was lane 5, Lucas Craw taking that. So Callum Ferguson needs to hold the rest of these boys to continue with his lead and finish first this afternoon. It's difficult to tell where second place is going to come from. It looks like it may well be lane 3. Hamish Maxwell, the 15-year-old from South Ayrshire, as Callum Ferguson comes into the closing stages of his race this afternoon, finishing there in a time of 2:31.55. South Ayrshire's Hamish Maxwell finishing in second place, and third place goes to Inverclyde's Dean Binney. 2:31.55 for Callum, 2:33.95 for Hamish, and 2:35.03 for Dean. And this is Heat 3, Lane 1, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 2, Cole Murphy, City of Glasgow. 3, Finlay Bennett, Rutherglen. 4, Archie MacArthur, Inverclyde. 5 is James Gillis from City of Glasgow. And 6, Finlay Guidici from Renfrew Bath. James Gillis, one of our reserves, having the opportunity to swim this afternoon. His entry time 2:40.51. We've arranged from 2:27.20. Fastest swimmer into this heat this afternoon is Finlay Bennett from Rutherglen. And showing his he's where he should be after the first 50. He leads the field at the first turn. They're in lane 3. And he will bring the field into the turn at the halfway mark. Leading from Cole Murphy from City of Glasgow. Finlay Bennett, 1:12.92, 1:14.49 for Cole Murphy. And then we go over to lane 5. James Gillis, City of Glasgow, 1:14.85 in third place at the halfway mark. Finlay Bennett leads the field into the final turn. 1:52.34 for him. Lewis Gibson has now taken second place ahead of Cole Murphy. Not much between them, however, so that may change as the boys head for home. Let's watch lane 1. Lewis Gibson really motoring down there, trying to take on Finlay Bennett. He may well take this if he can keep this going. And he is really motoring, and he has the advantage over Finlay Bennett now, and it will be Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire, who takes this ahead of Finlay Bennett. 2:28.61 for Lewis Gibson, 2:29.01 for Finlay Bennett, and it's lane 2. Cole Murphy taking third place, 2:32.26. And heat 4, lane 1, Rory Calvert, Grangemouth. 2, Fraser Donaldson, Milngavie Bearsden. 3, Rory Duncan, South Ayrshire. 4, Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. 5, Adam Hill, Stirling Swimming. And 6, Max Miller, Western Bartonshire. 2:23.50 is the fastest entry time here for the 16-year-old from South Ayrshire, Rory Duncan. But it's lane 1, Rory Calvert from Grangemouth, 33.47 at the first turn, ahead of Adam Hill and Fraser Donaldson at the first turn. 50 metres completed. So the boys will come down to the halfway mark. Lanes 1 and 2. Be either one of them that will lead the field into the turn. And it's lane 1, 1:10.78. Rory Calvert, Fraser Donaldson just in behind him. And then over to lane 5 for Adam Hill for third place. If I look at the results for event 401, the 15 years and 800 metre freestyle, gold goes to Evie Mackey from Lanark, silver Lucy Hunter, Hamilton, and bronze Olivia Caldwell, City of Glasgow, 16-year-old girls. Gold goes to Ellie Louise Kennedy, City of Glasgow, silver Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld, and bronze Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow. 17 and over women, first place gold Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming, silver Georgia Dickey, Dumfries, bronze Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow. So back to the pool. See what's happening here. Lane 2, it looks like it's lane 5 now. Adam Hill that's taking this on from Stirling Swimming. He has the advantage. Is there anything anybody can do about that as they go into the closing stages? Looks like it will be Adam Hill, Fraser van der Meulen in second. And lane 2, Fraser Donaldson in third. There we go, 5:25.43 for our winner. 5:26.42 and no, start that again. 2:25.43, 2:26.42 and 2:26.88 for our first, second and third placed swimmers. So finish off the results here. 401 the men's 15 years 800 metre freestyle. Gold goes to Archie MacArthur, Inverclyde. Silver Kyle Connolly, City of Glasgow, and his teammate Kyle Mossman. And this is Heat 5, Lane 1, Rory Hall, Milngavie Bearsden. 2, Luke Scott, Dumfries. 3, Jake Ferguson, Grangemouth. 4, Alexander Bell, City of Glasgow. Empty Lane 5. And 6, Jamie Gilchrist, East Kilbride. So just to finish those results there, that was 15-year-old men, and third place and bronze, Kyle Mossman, City of Glasgow. 16-year-olds, silver, start that again. Gold goes to Gregor Ross, City of Glasgow. Silver, Dean Bargatti, Hamilton Bath. And bronze, Blair Wilson from Stirling Swimming. 17 and over men. Gold goes to Jack Munsey, University of Stirling. Silver, Alexander Bell, City of Glasgow. And bronze, Gregor Skinner, Bowness. So, back to the pool. And it is lane 3, Jake Ferguson from Grangemouth, who will lead the field into the halfway turn, doing so in a time of 1:08.07. Jake's the fastest entry here, 2:20.60. In behind him we have lane 1, Rory Hall from Milngavie Bearsden, and then lane 4, Alexander Bell from City of Glasgow. He's not long on come out of the pool. But it is still Jake Ferguson the 16-year-old from Grangemouth, who will lead the field into the final turn. Alexander Bell will turn second. And it's lane 2, Luke Scott from Dumfries turning in third. The final turn there. So it is still Jake Ferguson, but let's watch what Alexander Bell is doing. Really trying to get himself up alongside Jake Ferguson now, challenging him for the lead as we come into the closing stages of this 200-metre backstroke for the men this afternoon. Jake Ferguson just holding off Alexander Bell. Is he going to manage to do this? And he will. He will take this. Jake Ferguson, 2:21.95, 4/100ths of a second splitting him, and second place Alexander Bell, and in third place the Dumfries swimmer Luke Scott in a time of 2:26.70. Heat 6, lane 1, Ruben Pearson, Bells Hill Sharks. 2, Ethan Collins, also Bells Hill Sharks. 3, Ahir Chatterjee, University of Stirling, and his teammate Donald Bissett goes in lane 4. 5, Kai Connolly, City of Glasgow, and City of Glasgow's David Landman swims in lane 6. Entry times here, 2:15 through to 2:20. 2 University of Stirling boys, 21 and 23, in swimming in lanes 3 and 4. Fastest entry times around 2:15.43, 2:15.60. And they are leading the field. The pink shorts of Ahir Chatterjee just has the advantage, I think, over Donald Bissett. Maybe not as they come into the turn here. I think it will be very tight. Oh, not much to call there. 107.68, 107.76. Hundredths of a second split those two at the turn after the halfway mark. And in behind the University of Stirling swimmers, it is lane 5, Kai Connolly from City of Glasgow in third place there. But lane 2, Ethan Collins also up there, trying to make sure that he gets himself into the placings following the conclusion of this heat. But it is Donald Bissett who will lead the field in at the final turn ahead of his teammate Ahir Chatterjee, with Kai Connolly in third place and Ethan Collins in fourth place. So can Ethan catch Kai Connolly? No one's going to catch Donald Bissett now. Might be possible to catch his teammate Ahir Chatterjee. And certainly they're having a go. Kai Connolly in lane 5 there, as Donald Bissett comes into the closing stages of his race this afternoon. His entry time 2:15.60. It's going to be outside that. As Ahir Chatterjee, I think, will hold off Kai Connolly just as they come into the close there. 2:22.88 against 2:23.52 for Kai Connolly. And that concludes Heat 6. And we move on to the penultimate heat of this backstroke for the males this afternoon. Lane 1, Benji Jeffries, South Ayrshire. 2, Scott Fleming, East Kilbride. 3, Ethan Stewart, Hamilton Baths. 4, Grier van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. 5, Lucas Brown, University of Stirling. And 6, Jack Simpson, East Kilbride. That's lane 5 going into the turn there. 30.54 for Lucas Brown from the University of Stirling, ahead of the East Kilbride's Jack Simpson and Grier van der Meulen from Stirling Swimming in third place after the first 50 metres. Really not much between lanes 4 and 5 at the moment. Grier van der Meulen and Lucas Brown. Lucas still has the advantage though over Grier van der Meulen. And on the other side, Jack Simpson. So it's Lucas Brown at the turn, halfway mark, 105.58, 105.82 for Grier van der Meulen, and lane 6, Jack Simpson in third place. So they're coming down to the final turn. Looks from this point that it might be Grier van der Meulen who has now taken the lead. Indeed, no, it's still with Lucas Brown. Grier van der Meulen just right, 10/100ths of a second. Split those two swimmers at the final turn there. Lane 6, Jack Simpson. Continuing to swim well, but let's keep an eye on what's happening. Lane 2, Scott Fleming, the 18-year-old from East Kilbride, really beginning to motor through the field now. He's got himself up, certainly up into second place. Can he keep that going and move through the field further? Grier van der Meulen is going to hold this ahead of Scott Fleming. Lanes 4, Grier van der Meulen in a time of 2:17.35. Scott Fleming 2:18.05, and Ethan Stewart from Hamilton in a time of 2:18.66 in third place. And this is the final heat of event 402. This is heat 8. So lane 1, Pierce Greening, University of Stirling. Lane 2, Josh Press. 3, Zach Speakman. 4, Tony Joe Trent Oliver, also University of Stirling. Lane 5, Jack Doherty Simpson, City of Glasgow, and his teammate Cameron Duran swims in lane 6. And it's lane 3, 29.10 for Zach Speakman. Fastest entrant into this heat this afternoon. So not unexpected that we find him at the front of the field. Tony Joe Trent Oliver in behind him in second place there. Difficult to know in third place at the moment as we see the swimmers in lanes 2, 5 and 6 swimming almost in a line coming into the halfway mark, turning there 1:00.70 is Zach Speakman. Tony Joe Trent Oliver in behind him, and it was lane 5, Jack Doherty Simpson, the City of Glasgow swimmer, who turned in third place. Zach Speakman continues to consolidate his lead, moving away from his teammate Tony Joe Trent Oliver. And it will be the 22-year-old who will turn first. Ahead 1:35.30, but they're really in the closing stages there, close the gap between him, did Tony Joe Trett Oliver, 1:35.64. Jack Doherty Simpson in third place. It's still lane 3. Zach Speakman, and he will lead this field home ahead of his teammate Tony Joe Trett Oliver, and it will be the City of Glasgow swimmer Jack Doherty Simpson, but Josh Presh really trying to have a go now at the Jack Doherty Simpson, and in fact it will be Josh Presh that takes third place. He does there in lane 2, 2:12.87 for him, just ahead of Jack Doherty Simpson, touched out into fourth place there. So that concludes event 402, and it's now the turn of the females and the 200 metre backstroke. We have 8 heats as we did for the men. So, event 403, heat 1 of 8, lane 1, Lucy McLaughlin, Inverclyde, 2, Heather Kellock, Dumfries, 3, Niamh Brooks, East Kilbride, 4, Madison Gurley, North Ayrshire, 5, Daisy Kelly, Dumfries, and 6, Hannah Miller, Kintyre. Looks like it's the East Kilbride swimmer Niamh Brooks who just has the slight advantage as the field go into the first turn. Possibly with lane 1 right in behind her. Is Niamh Brooks, lane 4, Madison Gurley, and lane 1 in third place, Lucy McLaughlin. So Niamh Brooks, Madison Gurley, Lucy McLaughlin leading at the first turn after 50 metres. Niamh Brooks, Madison Gurley coming up the pool, almost stroke matching each other stroke for stroke. Let's see who's going to take turn, and it will be lane 3, Niamh Brooks from East Kilbride, as she gains just about half a body length advantage in the closing metres of that second length of this race. 1:19.90, 1:20.98. So not much between these two girls, and lane 1, Lucy McLaughlin, continues to swim well. She's still in third place there behind the two girls in lanes 3 and 4. Lane 6, Hannah Miller, the 16-year-old from Kintyre. She's up there as well, moving through, getting herself up alongside the leaders. But it is still Niamh Brooks, I think, who'll take the field into the final turn. Head of, really not, that was very close there. 2:05.96 for Niamh Brooks, and second, third, fourth place. We can see 3/10 of a second split those three girls going into that final turn. Doesn't looks like Madison Gurley may now have the advantage. The 15-year-old from North Ayrshire ahead of Niamh Brooks. So it's lane 4 who's taken this on in the closing stages. Niamh Brooks trying to fight back, trying to find something else to regain her first place there. Watch lane 1, really tight for second there, but it was lane 4, Madison Gurley, who took that. 2:46.99, Niamh Brooks 2:47.89, and Lucy McLaughlin 2:48.17 in third place. So this is heat 2. Lane 1, Lucy Roger, Western Bartonshire. 2, Ava Service, Dumfries. 3, Mirren McConnell, Inverclyde. 4, Millie McDonald, Cumbernauld. Empty lane 5. 6, Emma Barrowman, Stranraer. It's possibly lane 2, Ava Service from Dumfries just has the advantage. Just wait and watch the board to see who turns first at the far end. The girls in the middle of the pool all pretty much in line. Actually lane 4. Millie McDonald took that in turning first ahead of Ava Service and Mirren McConnell. So these three girls leading the field. It's like Millie McDonald still has the slight advantage as they come into the turn at the halfway mark ahead of Mirren McConnell and Ava Service. They may well all just turn together, to be honest, and they do. 1:20.92, 1:21.03 and 1:21.27 for the three girls at the halfway mark. But it's Ava Service in lane 2 who's now taken this on. The 15-year-old from Dumfries with the slight advantage coming out of the turn there ahead of Mirren McConnell and Millie McDonald. So into the final turn. Dumfries Ava Service will turn first. 2:04.56. Mirren McConnell 2:04.96. Millie McDonald 2:06.06. So can they come back at Ava Service? Or can Ava keep Millie and Mirren at bay? It's got about half a body length advantage now coming into the closing meters of her race this afternoon. I think your finish order will be Ava Service, Mirren McConnell and Millie McDonald. Indeed, Ava Service comes in to complete her race this afternoon. 2:45.75, 2:48.13 for Mirren McConnell and 2:50.45 for Millie McDonald. And heat 3, lane 1, Emily Chong, City of Glasgow. Her teammate Ciara Finlayson swims in lane 2. 3, Susanna Curran, Kilmarnock. 4, Abby McMillan, City of Glasgow. 5, Emma Chambers, Cumbernauld. And 6, Emma Miller from Kintyre. Looking at 2:38 through to 2:40 for entry times. So I wouldn't expect in the early stages to see much of a spread of this field. Looks like it's possibly lane 3, Susanna Curran, who has the fastest entry time, 2:38.54. Indeed, leading the field in at the 50 metres, 37.85, followed by Ciara Finlayson and Emily Chong. You're 1, 2 and 3 at this early stage in the race. So Susanna continues to have slight advantage, but she'll need to watch what Ciara Finlayson's doing, who is now moving ahead of her as the girls come into the halfway mark. Ciara Finlayson swimming in lane 2. She will turn first ahead of Susanna Curran. 1:17.95 for Kira there, and Emily Chong in third place, 1:21.33. So Kira Finlayson came out of the turn well there. She's got good body length advantage over Susanna Curran now. Moving herself up into third place, lane 4, Abby McMillan from City of Glasgow, ahead of Emily Chong. Can Emily respond to that and get herself back into the placings? So the girls go into the final turn. And it is lane 2, City of Glasgow's Kira Finlayson who turns first. Susanna Curran, Abby McMillan in second and third. 1:59.29 for Kira, 2:02.25, 2:02.69 for a second and third place swimmers there, as they've all head for home. Can Kira keep this going? She will be challenged for this, as we can see Susanna Curran coming up and Abby McMillan. Susanna's really trying to get herself back on par with Kira Finlayson, really motoring through the water now, as Abby McMillan as Kira Finlayson finishes there in a time of 2:39.02, ahead of Susanna Curran, 2:40.34, and lane 4's Abby McMillan, 2:41.21. So heat 4. Lane 1, Abigail Hill, Milngine Bearsden. 2, Inga Cummins, South Ayrshire, with her teammate Sophie Steele swimming in lane 3. 4, Anna Tachenko from City of Glasgow. 5, Chloe Kirk, Milngine Bearsden. And 6, Anna Campbell, City of Glasgow. 2:35.80 is the fastest entry time here for the 17-year-old from South Ayrshire, Sophie Steele. And as the girls go into the first turn, it is lane 4, Anna Tachenko, the 16-year-old from City of Glasgow, ahead of Abigail Hill and Anna Campbell. Just 50 metres completed, so there's a long way to go here. But lane 4, Anna Tachenko, still has the advantage over Abigail Hill from Milngine Bearsden, who is in second place. Third place, I think, goes to lane 6, Anna Campbell, as the swimmers come into the halfway mark turn. It is Anna Tachenko in lane 4, Abigail Hill, followed by Sophie Steele in third place. With just under 100 metres to go, can anybody catch Anna? She's looking very strong out there in the lead. Her entry time this afternoon, 2:36.40. Second place is still Abigail Hill. Possibly Sophie Steele in third. Turn first there. Yep, she's in third, Sophie Steele. So it was 1:55 for Anna Tachenko at the turn there, 1:59 for Abigail Hill. Sophie Steele, 2:01. So Anna's not going to be caught here. Sophie Steele is having a go at Abigail Hill. Can she overtake her in the closing stages? She certainly is motoring through the water. She has the advantage now. She needs to keep that going as Anna Tkachenko finishes in a time of 2:32.85, and it will be South Ayrshire's Sophie Steele finishing in second place, with Milngar and Bearsden, Abigail Hill in third. So I'll give the results of event 402. The boys 15-year-olds 200-metre backstroke. Gold, Ethan Collins, Bells Hill Sharks. Silver, Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. And bronze, Finlay Bennett, Rutherglen. 16-year-old boys. Gold goes to Jake Ferguson, Grangemouth. Silver... And this is Heat 5, Lane 1, Lisa McNair, Stirling Swimming. 2, Rachel McGavin, Hamilton Baths. 3, Abigail McHenry from Inverclyde. 4, Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. 5, Melissa Turnbull, Stirling Swimming. And empty lane 6. So lane 4, 16-year-old from City of Glasgow, Alice Cumming. Appears that she has the early advantage. Keep an eye on what happens at the turn, however. In fact, it was lane 1, Lisa McNair, that turned first ahead of Abigail McHenry and Alice Cumming. Girls come down to the halfway mark. Lisa McNair looks like she just may have the advantage over Abigail, but Abigail McHenry in lane 3 looking to get that advantage going into the halfway mark, but it will be Lisa who will turn first, closely followed by Abigail. Look at that split between them. 1:15.25 against 1:15.37. Lane 5, Melissa Turnbull turning in third place there at the halfway mark. So Lisa McNair, Abigail McHenry leading the field. Who will go into the final turn with that advantage? Lisa McNair just ahead of Abigail still, 1:55.51, 1:56.11, and Alice Cumming up into third, 1:58.65. So what can Abigail do to respond to Lisa McNair as we come into the closing stages of this race for the girls this afternoon? Abigail is certainly giving it a go. She looks like she is slowly but surely gaining the advantage. It's all going to come down to the touch. Lisa is continuing to respond to that. And that goes to lane 3, Abigail McHenry in a time of 2:33.76. Lisa McNair, 2:34.05. And it was Alice Cumming in third place, 2:39.45. 16-year-old boys 200-metre backstroke. First place Jake Ferguson, silver Ruben Pearson, Bells Hill, and gold bronze Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. And this is Heat 6, Lane 1, Rosie Liston, City of Glasgow. 2, Chloe Semple, Rutherglen. 3, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. 4, Cassie Wiper, East Kilbride. 5, Thea Glenn, City of Glasgow. And her teammate Abigail Crawford swims in Lane 6. I'll just finish off the results for event 402. This is the boys 17 and over. So gold goes to Zach Speakman, silver to Tony Joe Trett Oliver, and bronze to Josh Press, all University of Stirling. So back to the pool, and as the girls come out of the turn, it's lane 5, Thea Glenn leading ahead of Rosie Liston and Cassie Wiper. And Rosie Liston will lead the field into the turn at the halfway mark. Second place will come from lanes 4, 5 and 6, probably 4 or 5. Difficult as the two girls go into the turn there. Possibly lane 5 got that, 1:17.49 against 1:17.77. But it was Rosie Liston who went into the turn first and comes out of that well with a couple of body lengths advantage as she swims up to the final turn of her 200-metre backstroke this afternoon. Second and third place looks like it could come from anywhere at the moment as the girls all vie to get themselves into those positions in behind Rosie. I will of course be looking to try and catch her and overtake her, but it's Rosie that leads them in to the final turn, 1:57.01. She's just got about a second and a half advantage over Abigail Crawford over on the other side of the pool in lane 6. And it was lane 5, Thea Glenn in third place there. So Rosie Liston continues to lead the field, but she will need to keep an eye on what's going on in lane 6, as we can see Abigail Crawford swimming really well, gaining the advantage. She's certainly up in second place at the moment. Rosie Liston just needs to keep this going. Abigail Crawford, Western Bartonshire's Leah Rafferty also coming through, but it is lane 1. Rosie Liston finishing first. Leah Rafferty, an excellent finish there, getting herself up into second place, and third place goes to Abigail Crawford from City of Glasgow. 2:37.27 for our winner this afternoon. And we move on to the penultimate heat, Heat 7 of event 403. Lane 1, Victoria Grabowska, West Dunbartonshire. 2, Emma McGavin, Hamilton Bass. 3, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. Empty lane 4. 5, Kirsty Gilmore, Hamilton Baths. And 6, Honor McGeehan from Inverclyde. And it's lane 3. Looks from this position, Ailey Robertson to be leading the field into the first turn. Not got it all her own way, however, because she's turning. In fact, it was lane 6 that got that. 35.10 shows the difference. So lane 6, Honor McGeehan from Inverclyde turns first. Ailey Robertson second. Ailey Robertson's back up there in first place now. She swims in lane 3. Kirsty Gilmore up in second, and I think third is Honor McGeehan. As the girls go into the turn at the halfway mark, it is indeed South Ayrshire's Ailey Robertson turning 1:13.97 ahead of the field. Lane 5, Kirsty Gilmore from Hamilton Baths in second there. So Honor McGeehan beginning to just fall away a little bit, as we can see Emma McGavin, Victoria Grabowska trying to get themselves up into third place there. But the leader is Ailey Robertson, and she will turn first and head for home. In behind her, Kirsty Gilmore. And third place goes to Emma McGavin from Hamilton Baths. So will that change as we come up to the finish line for this penultimate heat of the 200-metre backstroke this afternoon? Ailey Robertson continues to lead ahead of Kirsty Gilmore. And it's lane 2, Emma McGavin, Hamilton Baths, who is firmly into third place. I don't think she's going to be caught now, as Ailey Robertson comes in to finish her race in a time of 2:32.89. Kirsty Gilmore 2:34.14. And Emma McGavin in a time of 2:37.96. So move on to Heat 8, the final heats of event 403. First place, start that again. Lane 1, Safrina Machin, City of Glasgow. 2, Heidi Wren, City of Glasgow. 3, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming. 4, Nellie Kinch, University of Stirling. 5, Caitlin Ebbage, University of Stirling. And 6, Zoe Crawford from Falkirk. So, seen Susie McNair in action today with pretty fast entry times, and the looks of this, we would expect her to dominate this final heat, but we'll wait and see what happens. So it was Susie McNair turning first there, sorry, I missed the time there from the board, but she certainly turned first, ahead of the two girls in lanes 4 and 5 from the University of Stirling, Nellie Kinch and Caitlin Ebbage. So I think Susie McNair will bring the field into the turn at the halfway mark with just the slight advantage over Nellie Kinch in lane 4. And Susie turns 108.91, 109.03, 4/100ths of a second, no, possibly more than that, splitting the two girls. Sorry, I think my maths is failing me this afternoon. So, Susie McNair, Nellie Kinch, Caitlin Ebbage are leading this field as they head down to the final turn. I think that will be Nellie Kinch in lane 4, just turning ahead of Susie McNair, 1:45.79 against 1:46.42. They've all turned and headed for home. Nellie looks like she's got half a body length ahead of Susie McNair. Can Susie respond to that challenge? She's certainly giving it a go, but I don't know that she's going to manage it, as Nellie is swimming, keeping Susie at bay. And Nellie will come in and, I think, take this just ahead of Susie. She does 2:22.18 against 2:22.79. And in third place is Caitlin Ebbage in a time of 2:24.50. That concludes event 403, and we move on to the 100-metre freestyle, starting with the men. So we move on to event 404, 100 metre freestyle. We'll start with the men. We have 8 heats this afternoon. This is heat 1. Lane 1, Rory Keegan-Ward, City of Glasgow. 2, Callan Forsyth, South Ayrshire. 3, Jimmy Lynn, Scotia. 4, Kyle Saunderson, South Ayrshire. 5 is Aidan McCavish from Bowness. And 6, Callum Struzik, Bells Hill. This boy's going to the turn there. Lane 4 has taken the early lead. Kyle Saunderson ahead of Aidan McCavish and Callum Struzik. As they're all turned and they're heading back for home, it's still slight advantage to Kyle Saunderson. But they are all coming back at him now. This is going to be really tight. Watch what's happening with Aidan McCavish from Bowness. He is moving. Lane 1 also swimming really well. Rory Keegan-Ward, he will take this. 101.53. Aidan McCavish, 102.00. And lane 4's Kyle Saunderson in third place, 102.07. Heat 2, lane 1, Cole Murphy, City of Glasgow. 2, Kyle Harper, South Ayrshire. 3, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Baths. 4, Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. 5, Jake Ferguson, Grangemouth. 6, Cameron Beck, Inverclyde. Looks like lane 3, Ewan Watson, the Renfrew Bath swimmer, has taken the early lead, turning there 27.95. Fraser van der Meulen in behind him, and Jake Ferguson in third place at the turn. Ewan Watson continuing to lead the field. They are chasing him. Fraser van der Meulen, Jake Ferguson. Battle going on for second place. I think Jake Ferguson's going to overtake that. And he does in a time there in second place. Ewan Watson took that, I beg your pardon, 57.83. Second place goes to Jake Ferguson, 100.15. And third place to Fraser van der Meulen. And this is heat 3, lane 1, Ali Hattab, Dumfries. 2, Aaron Russell, Bells-Hill Sharks. His teammate Ruben Pearson goes in lane 3. 4, Dean Bagatti, Hamilton Baths. 5, Archie MacArthur, Inverclyde. 6, Rory McCallum, Milngavie and Bears Den. And they go into the turn. It's lane 6, I beg your pardon, leading ahead of lane 4. So Rory McCallum, Dean Bagatti, 1 and 2. Lachlan Small in behind them in third place at the turn. Let's watch lane 6. Rory McCallum really motoring through the water as they head to the finish line here. And it will be, I think, the Milngavie and Bears Den swimmer, Rory McCallum, who will take this, but he is being pushed all the way. 59.99. Dean Bagatti, 100.25. And Ruben Pearson in third place, 100.53. And heat 4, lane 1, Callum MacArthur, Milngavie and Bears Den. 2, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 3, Lachlan Small, Stirling Swimming. 4, Rhys Edwards, Dumfries. 5, Alex Tinch, Stirling Swimming. And we have an empty lane 6. So as they go down to the halfway mark, turn looks to me like it is lane 1. Callum MacArthur from Mulgine Bears Den, and indeed it is 26.78 for him at the turn. Lane 3, Lachlan Small, 27.90, and in third place, Rhys Edwards from Dumfries. As the boys all come back, looking to get themselves into the medals positions. Lane 1 continuing to swim well, but so is lane 3. Lachlan Small. Lachlan Small now has the advantage. Coming up beside him, Rhys Edwards. Very tight at the end there, but it was lane 3. The Lachlan Small, 56.02. Callum MacArthur, 56.58. And Rhys Edwards, 57.28. As we move on to Heat 5. Heat 5, lane 1, Michael Flynn, City of Glasgow. 2, Logan van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. 3, Greer van der Meulen, also Stirling Swimming. 4, Finlay Strachan, Glasgow University. 5, Max Belosi, City of Glasgow. 6, Jack Doherty-Simpson, also City of Glasgow. Very fast times, entry times here, 54.30 through to 55.64. And it's lane 4, Finlay Strachan, 25.92 at the turn. Greer van der Meulen, lane 3, 26.81. And Jack Doherty-Simpson, 27.39 at the halfway mark. But it continues to be lane 4, 22-year-old from Glasgow University, Finlay Strachan, who will lead this field home. But he is being challenged for that in lane 2, Logan van der Meulen. Very tight at the finish, but it did go to lane 4, 54.95. Lane 2, Logan van der Meulen, 55.03, and Greer van der Meulen in third place, 56.868. And Heat 6, Lane 1, Josh Press, University of Stirling. His teammate Lucas Brown in Lane 2. Empty Lane 3. 4, Scott Fleming, East Kilbride. 5, Adam Riching, University of Stirling. 6, James Lauder, Glasgow University. Really fast entry times here, 53.35, 54.30. Not much to split these swimmers this afternoon, but it is lane 1, Josh Press, 26.58 at the halfway mark. Lucas Brown in behind him, and Scott Fleming in third place. Can that all change as they head for home? Swimming really well is lane 1, Josh Press still. Scott Fleming, I think, has got himself up into second. But it will be Josh Press, Scott Fleming, and Lucas Brown, I think, are your finish order. Josh Press, 54.49. Scott Fleming, 54.81. And Lucas Brown, 55.40. Move on to the penultimate heat of this event. And Heat 7, Lane 1, Chris Muir, University of Stirling. 2, Gregor Swinney, City of Glasgow. 3, Zach Speakman, University of Stirling. His teammate Riccardo Lucarelli goes in Lane 4. Empty Lane 5. And Peter Allen, also University of Stirling, swims in Lane 6. So this will be fast, 52 seconds. Entry times from these swimmers this afternoon. And it's lane 6, 26 exactly at the turn. Peter Allen. from the University of Stirling, but they are coming back at him now as we come into the closing stages. Lane 1, Chris Muir swimming really well. He looks like he might get second place, but oh no, he's going to be possibly touched out. First place may go to him. It did indeed. 54.31. Lane 6 takes second place. 54.48. That goes to Peter Allen, with Zach Speakman in third place. 54.53. And this is Heat 8, the final heat of event 404. Lane 1, Henry Baker, University of Stirling. His teammate Charlie Poole goes in lane 2. Lane 3, Rory McKinnon, City of Glasgow. 4, Aaron Olkers, University of Stirling, with teammates Jamie Robertson swimming in lane 5 and Harry Robinson in lane 6. Halfway mark it is Jamie Robertson. Entry time 51.72, turning there 25.50. Aaron Olkers fastest into this, no, not quite the fastest, in second place there. They're all coming back as we come into the closing meters of this final heat this afternoon. Challenging to call, but it looks like it might be lane 5, Jamie Robertson, who will take this. He does, 53.18. Lane 4, Aaron Olkers in second place, 53.45, and Harry Robinson, 53.51, into third place. That completes event 404 for the males 15 and over, and now we have the females. And we have 8 heats of this event this afternoon, event 405. As we clear the pool, results for event 403, the girls 15-year-olds, 200-metre backstroke. Gold goes to Abigail McAnery, Inverclyde. Silver, Lisa McNair, Stirling Swimming. And bronze, Abigail Crawford, City of Glasgow. So, event 405, 15 and over girls, 100-metre freestyle, heat 1 of 8. Lane 1, Chloe Kirk, Milngine Bearsden. 2, Sienna Melville, Stirling Swimming. 3, Rose McDermott, Milngine Bearsden. 4, Lucy Kellis, Bellshill Sharks. 5, Joanna Calder, Milngine Bearsden. And 6, Keris McCrindle, South Ayrshire. So, going into the halfway mark, it is lane 3, Rose McDermott, the 16-year-old from Milngine Bearsden, 30.33. Lane 2, Sienna Melville in second place at the halfway mark. Will that change? Lane 3 continues to have the advantage, but there is definitely a battle on behind her for second and third place. So Rose McDermott, Joanna Calder coming through, as is Lucy Kellis and Sienna Melville. It was Sienna Melville that took second place there, in behind Rose McDermott, and third place going to Joanna Calder, Milngine Bearsden. 103.74, 105.48 and 106.02. As Keris comes in to finish her race this afternoon, that completes heat 1. Thank you very much. Thank you. And we move on to heat 2, lane 1, Olivia Caldwell, City of Glasgow. 2, Anna Lee, Stirling Swimming. 3, Emma Miller, Kintyre. 4, Ava Ross, City of Glasgow. Her teammate Ella Cunningham swimming in lane 5. And 6, Addison Cole, Hamilton Baths. Girls' entry times all 1:04, so this should be a very close race this afternoon. I think it's probably lane 4 that will take the lead at the turn. 30.77, Ava Ross. Addison Cole in behind her, and Alan Lee in third place at the turn. Ava Ross continues to lead this field, but they are trying to come back at her. Battles on for second and third place in behind Ava. Second looks like it might go to lane 6, Addison Cole, with Anna Lee in third place. Let's see, Anna Lee coming through now. She's going to take second in behind Ava Ross in lane 4. So that was Anna Lee in second place, and Olivia Caldwell coming through there really fast at the end to take third place. Times 1:04.10, 1:05.96 and 1:06.37. And heat 3, lane 1, Alana Wilson, Bells Hill Sharks. 2, Inga Cummins, South Ayrshire. 3, Abigail McAnery, Inverclyde. 4, Anna Campbell, City of Glasgow. 5, Emma Creaney, Cumbernauld. 6, Iona Hickson, Milngavie Bearsden. Entry times all around just about the 1:03. 1:04, so let's see, lane 6 swimming really well at the turn there. Yeah, it's 30.72, lane 2 in behind her. So Iona Hickson, Inga Cummings, with Abigail McAnery in third place at the turn. Iona Hickson continuing to swim well, but they are coming back at her in lanes 2 and 3. Inga Cummins and Abigail McAnery. Real battle going on here for first place. It's all about the touch here. And it goes to lane 3. Abigail McAnery from Inverclyde. Inga Cummings in second place. And third place goes to Iona Hickson. Cheers, thank you. And this is heat 4, lane 1, Perry Scobie, Stirling Swimming. 2, Amy McLeod, City of Glasgow. 3, Millie Colvin, Dumfries. 4, Ayla Cochrane, City of Glasgow. Lane 5, we see Abigail Crawford, City of Glasgow. And 6, Rachel Childs, University of Stirling. And going into the turn, it is lane 1. Perry Scobie from Stirling Swimming, followed by Rachel Childs and Amy McLeod at the halfway mark. Rachel Childs really coming back now against Perry Scobie. Need to keep an eye on lane 2. Amy McLeod. Millie Colvin trying to get herself through there. Looks like it could be Perry Scobie who's going to take this. She will, ahead of Rachel Childs. And the City of Glasgow swimmer Amy McLeod takes third place there. 1:02.57 for Perry, 1:03.69 for Rachel Childs, and 1:04.35 for Amy McLeod. And heat 5, lane 1, Stella McCarty, City of Glasgow. 2, Jessica Hill, Bowness. 3, Alana MacDonald, University of Stirling. 4, Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire. 5, Millie MacArthur, Lanark. And 6, Sophie Allison, West Dunbartonshire. Doesn't look like there's much to split the girls as they go into the turn. But it is lane 1, Stella McCarty, ahead of Jessica Hill and in Alana MacDonald. For your 1, 2 and 3 going into the turn there. Stella McCarty still has the advantage over Jessica Hill and Alana MacDonald. Can they do anything about Stella's lead? They're certainly having a go. As lane 3, Alana MacDonald moves herself through into second place. But it is Stella McCarty that will take this. Bowness swimmer Jessica Hill having a go, but she is touched out there by Alana MacDonald. So Stella McCarty 102.75, Alana MacDonald 103.50 and 103.73 for Jessica Hill. And heat 6, lane 1, Georgia Dickey, Dumfries. 2, Gina Wren, City of Glasgow. 3, Jory Horn, University of Stirling. 4, Safina Machin, City of Glasgow. 5, Caitlin Frame, Grangemouth, and an empty lane 6. So going into the turn now, looks to me like it could be lane 5. Caitlin Frame 30.90, Gina Wren in second place, and Safrina Machin in third, 31.23 and 31.27. The second and third place girls at the turn. It is still lane 5. Caitlin Frame, who is leading. Coming through is Jory Horn from the University of Stirling. City of Glasgow's Gina Wren also coming through, but it is Caitlin Frame that takes that in a time of 103.12. Finishing in second place, Jory Horn from the University of Stirling, 104.03, and Gina Wren, City of Glasgow, 104.27. And the penultimate heat of event 405, heat 7, lane 1, Molly Irvin Watson, Dumfries. 2, Grace Noonan, Milngine Bearsden, empty lane 3. 4, Jade Blake, University of Stirling. 5, Louise Connell, City of Glasgow. And 6, Rebecca Schulman, University of no, I beg your pardon, it's an empty lane 6, my apologies. So going into the turn, it's lane 4, Jade Blake, University of Stirling, 29.51. Louise Connell behind her and Grace Noonan in third place. It continues to be Jade Blake leading the field with just under half a length to go. But there is a battle going on for second and third place, and behind her looks like that will go to Louise Connell. Maybe, no, lane 1, I beg your pardon. Molly Irvin Watson. Really good finish for Molly there, getting herself up into second place. So Jade Blake, 101.14, Molly Irvin Watson, 102.69, and Louise Connell in third place. And the final heat of this 100-metre freestyle for the females this afternoon. Empty lane 1, 2, Josephine Klein, University of Stirling. Empty lane 3, lane 4, Paige van der Weisthuizen, University of Stirling. 5, Nellie Kinch, University of Stirling. And 6, Evie Mackey, Lanark. So University of Stirling against Lanark here. And it's lane 5, Nellie Kinch, who goes in first at the turn, 28.54. Paige van der Westhuizen in second place at the turn there. And it is still Nellie Kinch, Paige van der Westhuizen in second place, battling there, these two girls here. As we come into the closing stages, Evie Mackey moves herself up, I think, but she is going to just not run out of water there. Really good swim there by Evie Mackey towards the end there to get herself up alongside the first, second and third place swimmers. So that went to Nellie Kinch, Paige van der Westhuizen in second, and Josephine Klein in third. And that completes event 405. We now move on to the final two events of the day, the 50-metre breaststroke, starting with the men.
So heat 1, lane 1, no longer Philip, it's Carrick Thompson. Who? Carrick. Oh, I see him, yeah. And heat lane 6. No same heat? Yeah. No Gallagher. John Mackay, University of Stirling. Lane 2, Stephen Brown's out, and Cameron Hamill from North West Oregon.
Oh, so they all got a swim there. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Thanks very much. So, event 406, 50-metre breaststroke. We have 9 heats. This is heat 1. Lane 1, Carrick Thompson, Inverclyde. 2, Finlay Guidici, Renfrew Bath. 3, George Sigwowski from Stranraer. 4, Lewis Craw, Rutherglen. 5, Jacob Taylor, Grangemouth. And 6, John Mackay, University of Stirling. And it looks like it is reserve John Mackay there in lane 6 who will take this. And indeed he does, 35.51 ahead of Jacob Taylor, 36.43, and the Stranraer swimmer George Sigwowski in third place, 36.69. Heat 2, lane 1, Rory Keegan-Ward, City of Glasgow. 2, Cameron Hamill, North Ayrshire. 3, Luke Byron, West Dunbartonshire. 4, Clark Malkin Gill, Inverclyde. 5, Callum Ferguson, Rutherglen. 6, Callan Forsyth, South Ayrshire. And lane 4, Clark Malkin Gill, 15-year-old from Inverclyde. Looks like he's going to lead the field in. Indeed he does, 34.28. Callum Ferguson coming in second, 35.46. And Luke Byron in a time of 35.69 in third place. And heat 3, lane 1, Kyle Mossman, City of Glasgow. 2, Hamish Maxwell, South Ayrshire. 3, Aidan Nixon, Bells Hill. 4, Keir Campbell, Grangemouth. 5, Rory McCallum, Milngavie and Bearsden. 6, Cameron McMillan, Renfrew Bath. Looks like they're pretty much in a line, but let's watch lane 1. Kyle Mossman, City of Glasgow, looks from this angle as if he's gaining the advantage over the field. And he will finish this in first, as indeed he does, 34.96. Second place goes to Keir Campbell, 35.02, and Rory McCallum finishes in third, 35.06. Heat 4, Lane 1, Ian Henderson, Lanark. 2, Luke Scott, Dumfries. 3, Aclava Singh, Scotia. 4, Riley Griffin, Cumbernauld. 5, Finley Byrne, Falkirk Otter. And 6, Caden McLaughlin, Milngavie Bearsden. Entries, so 0.5 of a second split these six boys in the pool. Lane 5, Finley Byrne looks to be swimming just ahead of the field here, ahead of Aclava Singh. And indeed, that got called that wrong. Lane 1 split those two boys. So lane 5, Finley Byrne, 33.53. Ian Henderson, 34.20. And Aclava Singh, 34.22. And Heat 5, Lane 1, Joe Crawford, Scotia. 2, Aidan McCavish, Bowness. 3, Finley Bennett, Rutherglen. 4, Tyler Stewart, East Kilbride. 5, Jack Doherty-Simpson, City of Glasgow. And his teammate, Guy Pelosi, goes in Lane 6. Entry times ranging from 33.30 to 34.31 here. Looks like it might be lane 5, Jack Doherty-Simpson, that will take this. And indeed he does, 38.89. Lane 4, Tyler Stewart, 33.99. And Finley Bennett in third place, 34.36. And Heat 6, Lane 1, Ben Montgomery, Stirling Swimming. 2, Thomas Traynor, East Kilbride. 3, Ethan Collins, Bellshill Sharks. 4, Callum MacArthur, Milngavie Bearsden. 5, Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. And 6, Fraser McIntosh, East Kilbride. Very getting faster, of course, as you'd expect going through the heats. 32.70 through to 33 exactly. But looks like it could be a winner will come from lane 6 or lane 1. And it is lane 6. Fraser McIntosh, 32.56. Lane 4's Callum MacArthur in second place, 32.84. And Ben Montgomery in a time of 32.95 takes third place. And Heat 7, Lane 1, Cameron Creaney, University of Stirling. 2, Benjamin Jones, Lanark. 3, Lachlan Small, Stirling Swimming. 4, Marcus Blake, City of Glasgow. 5, Luke Garrity, Inverclyde. And 6, Adam Hill, Stirling Swimming. Possibly Adam Hill has taken the early advantage over there in lane 6. Let's watch lane 1, Cameron Creaney. He's also swimming really well in. So let's see, it's going to be lane 6, 32.56 for Adam Hill, and Cameron Creaney in second, 32.76. So 0.2 of a second splitting those two boys. And in second place, Benjamin Jones in a time of 33 exactly. And Heat 8, empty lane 1, I beg your pardon, sorry. Empty lane 1. 2, Finley Nelson, Dumfries. 3, Rogers Cringellis, City of Glasgow. 4, Adam Ritchie, University of Stirling. 5, Max Pelosi, City of Glasgow. And 6, Rory Webster, Dumfries. Some sub 31 seconds in this heat. Lane 3, Rogers Cringellis. Entry time of 30.47, and he's going to take this afternoon, and he does, in a time of 31.12. Adam Ritchie, 32.02, and Finley Nelson, 32.36. as we move on to the final heat. So this is heat 9, lane 1, Josh Press, 2, Raf Dobson, 3, Rory Dixon, 4, Alex Mayer, 5, Andrew Arthur, all University of Stirling, 6, Robson Miles, City of Glasgow. Rory Dixon motoring down there, looks like he has the early lead. University of Stirling swimmer, 28.15 is his entry time, so you'd expect him to see him out in front. Indeed he is, 28.82. Lane 2, Rafa Dobson, 29.14, and it's Alex Mayer, also University of Stirling, 29.24 are your 1, 2 and 3 in the final heat of the men's 50-metre breaststroke. So event 407, heat 1, lane 2, Amy McCready, Bells Hill Sharks, 3, Lucy Roger, West Dunbartonshire, 4, Amelia Pregrell from Bells Hill Sharks, and 5, Sophie Cuthbertson, Bells Hill Sharks. All just about the same entry time for these girls, so we should see a very tight race here, but it looks to me like Sophie Cuthbertson has the early lead. Watch Amy McCready, however, in lane 2. She's also motoring. Possibly Amy, I think, is going to take this one. She finishes ahead of her teammate. That's Amy McCready, 40.53. Sophie Cuthbertson, 41.91. And Amelia Pregrell in 42.18. Heat 2, empty lane 1, 2, Anna Trochenko, City of Glasgow, 3, Lucy Hunter, Hamilton Baths, 4, Emily Dawson, Milngine Bearsden, 5, Innes Scott, Stirling Swimming, and 6, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld. Anna Trochenko looks like she's taken the lead here. We saw her do that in an earlier race this afternoon and hung on to it with a really substantial lead. Probably not going to gain that in this 50 metres, but she is going to take this race this afternoon in lane 2, finishing there in a time of 38.63. Lucy Hunter in second, 40.38, and Erin Ferris in third, 41.21. And heat 3, lane 1, Emma Miller, Kintyre, 2, Lisa McNair, Stirling Swimming, 3, Iona Hickson, Milngine Bearsden, 4, Blair Duncan, City of Glasgow, 5, Rachel McGavin, Hamilton Baths, 6, Katia Wilson, Bells Hill Sharks. Lane 2, Lisa McNair from Stirling Swimming, looking like she has the advantage as the field go into the closing metres of this 50-metre race this afternoon. Seen Lisa ahead of the field earlier on in her races, and she's certainly going to take this. They're in lane 2 in a time of 38.57. Blair Duncan 39.54 and Rachel McGavin 40.81. Heat 4, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. 2, Emily Chong, City of Glasgow. 3, Sophie Gibbons, Mulgine Bears Den. Her teammate Rose McDermott going in lane 4. Erin Faulkner, Bales Hill Sharks, lane 5. And 6, Katie Watson, City of Glasgow. Difficult to tell here, but possibly Emily Chong in lane 2 has the advantage over the field as they go into the closing meters of their race. I think indeed it will be lane 2 that will take this ahead of lane 4 and lane 3. So Emily Chong in a time of 39.59, Rose McDermott 39.73, and Sophie Gibbons 40.47. And this is Heat 5, Lane 1, Neve McGregor, Kilmarnock. 2, Olivia Russell, Cumbernauld. Empty lane 3, 4, Emma Binney, Inverclyde. 5, Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow. And 6, Ellen White, Stirling Swimming. Looks like it might be Cumbernaud's Olivia Russell who has the advantage here, but lane 4, Emma Binney also swimming really well here. She's now gained the advantage, and I think it will be Emma Binney that takes this. Indeed she does there in lane 4, 37.72. Rebecca Strachan in second place, 38.36, and Olivia Russell in third, 39.11. Heat 6, lane 1, Emma Chambers, Cumbernauld. 2, Joanna Calder, Mulgine Bears Den. 3, Ayla Cochrane, City of Glasgow. 4, Hannah Lindsay, Hamilton Baths. 5, Victoria Grabowska, West Dunbartonshire. And 6, Caitlin Frame, Grangemouth. Looks like Caitlin might have the advantage over there in lane 6, but watch what Emma Chambers is doing in lane 1. Alongside her, Joanna Calder from Mulgine Bears Den. Not sure I'm going to be able to call this one from this angle. Looks like it could be Joanna Calder or Emma Chambers, but it is Joanna Calder, 39.24, ahead of Emma Chambers, 39.36, and third place goes to Ayla Cochrane in a time of 39.44. Heat 7, lane 1, Katie Gillis, Renfrew Bath. 2, Ava Ross, City of Glasgow. 3, Ava Kirkham, Grangemouth. 4, Millie Barton, Bales Hill Sharks. 5, Victoria Weir, Falkirk Otter. And 6, Molly Irvin Watson, Dumfries. That's his lane 3, Ava Kirkham from Grangemouth that has the advantage. But watch lane 1, Katie Gillis. Also swimming really well. Again, I think the advantage now lies with her as the girls go into the final meters of their race, and it will be lane 1 that takes this, 37.23. Katie Gillis, Ava Kirkham in second place, 37.29, and Victoria Weir in a time of 37.31 takes third place. And heat 8, lane 1, Ailey MacArthur, Milngine Bearsden. Empty lane 2, 3, Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. 4, Leah Bullock, East Kilbride. 5, Evie Mackey, Lanark. 6, Millie Colvin, Dumfries. Possibly lane 3, Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow having the advantage there, but coming up alongside her, Leah Bullock. Your winners are going to come from those 2 lanes, I think. Goes to lane 4, Leah Bullock, 36.17. Alice Cumming, 36.48 in second. And the third place goes to Evie Mackey in a time of 36. Sorry, I missed that. And the final heat, final race of this weekend at the Dollans. So heat 9, lane 1, Alana Wilson, Bells Hill. 2, Ellie Louise Kennedy, City of Glasgow. 3, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. 4, Amy McLeod, City of Glasgow. 5, Perry Scobie, Stirling Swimming. And empty lane 6. Perry Scobie, I think, has the advantage here, but she will need to keep an eye on what Ellie Louise Kennedy is doing. They're also swimming really well there in lane 2, but this will be Perry Scobie ahead of Ellie Louise Kennedy. Perry Scobie's time, 33.69. Ellie Louise Kennedy, 34.69. And Amy McLeod comes in third place in a time of 35.17. And that completes our racing here at weekend 1 of the West District's Long Course Championships. We are back here in a fortnight's time to do it all over again. Look forward to seeing you all here. Thank you to those of you joining us on live stream. It's goodbye to myself, Jackie Smith. Thank you to our spectators, and particularly all of our volunteers this weekend, not only this afternoon but over the course of the 2 days here at the Dollans in East Kilbride. We couldn't have run this meet without you. Your help is very much appreciated for our technical officials and those behind the scenes. So I will carry on now with some results that I have. If I can just, cool. Let's see. Event 403, the 16-year-old girls 200-meter backstroke. Start that again. Gold, Anna Trashenko, City of Glasgow. Silver, Leah Rafferty, West Dunbartonshire. Bronze, Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. Girls 17 and over, 200-meter backstroke. First goes to Nellie Kinch, University of Stirling. Silver, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming. Bronze, Caitlin Ebbage, University of Stirling. Event 404, 15-year-old boys, 100-meter freestyle. Gold, Lachlan Small, Stirling Swimming. Silver, Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. And bronze, Rory Keegan Ward, City of Glasgow. 16